Hey, it's Rick with the Rock Bottom Outreach, and it is Real Talk Monday. And so, here's a question for you. That, do you know who the quarterback is for the Dallas Cowboys? Dak Prescott. Okay. What number is he? 4. Okay. Right-handed, left-handed? Right-handed. You agree? College he came from? Mississippi or Mississippi State? Mississippi State. So you would say that you know Dak Prescott. Yes or no? If you ran into him at the, let's say, Target or something, that he would know you by name. And he'd recognize and say, hey, Betty Lou, David, how are you, man? Good to see you. Haven't, seen you at the games lately. You ain't called me lately. I mean, so based on the facts, you're telling me you know Dak Prescott. Like, you have a relationship with him. No. No. Some of you may do, maybe you do, but no. And so, but it's funny how critical, like, oh man, he sucks and he can't this and he's slow and all that. And like, man, you criticize this guy like you know him so well. How would you feel if somebody came to work and like, oh, dude, you are so slow at what you do on that computer, and like, man, you're doing that, that stapler, you're using it all wrong. You have no idea what you're doing. They need to fire you today. You'd be like, they don't know what I do or know me. I mean, to criticize me. Exactly. Okay, so here's my point. Okay, you may know all the doctrine in the Bible. Can you tell this is my one I keep in the car? Looks run over almost, huh? Probably has been. John 10:3. Does he know me? He calls his own by name. So yeah, if you have a personal relationship with Jesus, he does know you. By name, every hair on your head, the whole 9 yards. But let me tell you what is sadly misunderstood, and it says this. When I have sadly misunderstood him, see John 20:11-18. It is possible to know all about the doctrine and still do not know Jesus. A person's soul is in grave danger when the knowledge of doctrine surpasses Jesus. Avoiding intimate touch with him. Why was Mary weeping? Doctrine meant no more to her than the grass under her feet. Okay, but in fact, any Pharisee could have made a fool of Mary doctrinally. But one thing they could never ridicule was the fact that Jesus had cast 7 demons out of her. Yet his blessings were nothing to her in comparison with knowing Jesus himself. She knew Jesus herself, knew him. All right? She was a changed woman. She turned around, saw Jesus standing there, and did not know it was Jesus. Jesus said to her, Mary. Once he called her by her name, she immediately knew that she had a personal history with the one who spoke. She turned and said to him, Rabboni. Right? 2016, John 2016. When I've stubbornly doubted, have I been doubting something about Jesus, maybe an experience to which others testify, but which I've not yet experienced? The other disciples said to Thomas, we've seen the Lord, but Thomas doubted, saying, unless I see, I will not believe. Thomas needed the personal touch of Jesus. When his touches will come, we'll never know. But when they do come, they're indescribably precious. Thomas said to him, my Lord, my God. When I have selfishly denied him, Peter denied Jesus with oath and curses. And yet after his resurrection, Jesus appeared to Peter alone. Jesus restored Peter in private. Because Peter denied him 3 times. And he said, I never will. But he did. And so the first thing Jesus said is go and tell Peter. He called him by name. Go and tell Peter. He was going to restore Peter. It was a one-on-one deal. All right. He restored him publicly before the others. All right. But Jesus restored Peter in private, then publicly. And Peter said to him, Lord, you know that I love you. Do I have a personal history with Jesus Christ? The one true sign of discipleship is intimate oneness with him, a knowledge of Jesus that nothing can shake. I can honestly say there's no one perfect, not one. But there are times I'm shocked to find out that someone is a Christ follower. Shocked. But at the end of the day, I'm not accountable to them. They're not accountable to me. I'm accountable to Jesus. Do you know him? He knows you. Do you know him? Think about it. It's Rick with Rock Bottom Outreach. It's in Real Talk Monday.